Have you been told by your education agent that if you come to Canada on a visitor visa and apply for a study permit while inside Canada, and then you will be able to change your status from visitor to a student very, very easily, and that your approval rate will be 99.9%, if not 100%? The documentary evidences will be very, very low. You do not have to have enough proof of fund, and that your file will be processed inside Canada way faster. If you have heard all those things, and if you're trying to get yourself enrolled for this kind of an idea, this video probably will be helpful for you. My name is Niladri Mukherjee, and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. I'm also the founder and the CEO of Nuvo Nation Immigration Consulting. So for 90% of the folks, now this is for your conceptual understanding, for 90% of you, a study permit application will be done while you are already outside Canada. You will then be considered as somebody that is outside Canada, and your application will be processed as an outside Canada candidate only, unless and until you are being exempted under regulations 215. Now there are many people that are being exempted, but one of the small requirement is that if you come to Canada on a visitor visa and do a short-term prerequisite course, then you can apply for a study permit while inside Canada. What many people tends to miss out and then eventually being brainwashed is that that is an exception. Okay, if you're saying that, well, I come to Canada on a visitor visa, if that is your intention, and then you're applying for a short-term course, and then you're applying for a study permit, you have to justify the situation first why you did not apply for a study permit while from outside Canada. What really has motivated you to leave everything back home, be here in Canada for a period of couple of months, spend money on that course, and then get a acceptance from a DLI, and then apply for a study permit? So if you are that motivated to be in Canada for such a long time, what would really motivate you to go back to your home country after the specified period of your stay, which is the period of your study here in Canada, is over? Now obviously, as we know that you do not really have to go back after your study, but this is something that you have to prove, right, that you'll go back. What I'm trying to say is that on the balance of probabilities, if somebody reviews that kind of an application with a logical bend of mind, you will yourself understand why the propensity of rejection of inside Canada applications will be very high as compared to the outside Canada applications, if you are calling, if you are following under that very specific exemption category, right? So my point is that if something has been presented to you as super easy, best, easiest and fastest and less expensive in terms of proof of fund and all those things, try to do your own research. And while I say try to do your own research, I do not mean go and watch YouTube videos of the education agents or even RCICs. Read the law, read the regulations yourself. Everything is available online. I'm not talking about CICTV news. I'm not talking about any third-party website. I'm referring you guys to the Government of Canada website. And if possible, download the law, download the regulations, and read what regulations 215 of the IRPR tells you to do. And please follow that. So the moot point of the video is that if your plan is to come to Canada on a visitor visa and apply and sort of trying to change the status from a visitor to a student, think twice, think thrice, plan it strategically. Because if something goes wrong, your potential purpose of coming to Canada for a long term, which is a student in this case, will be jeopardized forever. You do not want to do that. Don't keep your faith or try all your luck just relying on one very specific exemption category that is actually not meant for you. That is in the whole regulations 215 meant for somebody else, and then people are trying to take advantage of that one very specific regulations where it says that, well, you can do a prerequisite course and get enrolled into a DLI. So the point is, do your research well, and most probable cases for 90% of you, it will be an application from outside Canada. Yes, you have to prove that you have enough money to complete your studies in Canada without working, and that you have also to prove that you have more than enough motivation to be back to your home country after your specified period of study here in Canada is over. Is it easy thing to do? For sure, it is not an easy thing to do. But if, regardless of your age, regardless of your study gap, regardless of your situation, if you are really following what regulations 216 otherwise ask you to be a bona fide member of the student category, your application from outside Canada will have a far greater potential to be approved as compared to applying for a visitor visa, come to Canada, and then applying for a study permit from inside Canada, which definitely has a way higher rejection ratio, right? And if somebody tells you, well, my success ratio on this category is 100%, if 99%, ask for proofs, because government of Canada does not publish any kind of a success ratio or any kind of an approval ratio for any kind of an application. So if somebody tells you that your success ratio in this very category will be 100%, ask for the proofs, and not proofs from their own sources, right? Proofs from the legitimate sources, which in this case is the Government of Canada website. They will not be able to show you any kind of proof. So please do your research correctly and understand a very basic thing. If something is being presented to you as an easiest, that is probably not the most easiest category. Coming to Canada in 2023 and in beyond is not an easier thing to do. Even a visitor visa is very, very difficult thing to get at this point in time, because people are trying to take advantage of their visitor visas and, doing everything possible which they are not otherwise permitted to do. Yes, you can come to Canada on a visitor visa and give job interviews. You can meet employers. You can go to the colleges, look into those, like meet those educational counselors in person. You can look into those campuses in person. Look for like residential areas near to the college if you are into those things. But if you are planning to apply for a study permit while on a visitor visa, think twice. Come for a consultation, discuss your situation. But I would tell you, it's not a very easy thing to do. General suggestion is to be back to your home country and then apply for a study permit from outside Canada. But again, it completely varies from person to person. If you need our professional assistance with your study permit application, be it a fresh application or a rejection category, inside or outside, come for a consultation. That is the first step. Please go to our website, novonation.ca, book a relevant consultation. I'll be very happy to have a word with you to understand your situation holistically and take it forward from there. Hope this helps, guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye now.